Hey guys, Katy Huller here with Kids Can Read and Write. Today I want to talk about adding ly to the end of words that end with an L. I see so many spelling mistakes from kids when they're applying this trick that I want to help you know how to explain it to your kids so you can help them spell better. Some of the most common L ending words that I see misspelled once that ly suffix is added are real, actual, final, and usual. Now, remember, reading these words can be hard enough, but spelling with them adds a whole other dimension of difficulty, all right? Because when kids are spelling, not only do they have to remember tricks like the two vowels in the middle of real, right? That E and that A. We have the E saying its name, the A's working with the L to say all, read all. Or here we've got a trick, that U and then the all, you all, right? And even the act part is hard to hear, actual. When we say actual, like maybe we say it with the ly, we are actually coming, right? Actually. Do you hear how it changes from actual to actual when we say it quickly? That's part of what makes spelling so challenging. But I'm not even talking about getting this part of the spelling down. I'm talking today about what do we do when we want to add ly to the end of a word that ends with L, okay? Because what I see usually is one of the L's gets left off. But when you're adding the suffix ly to an L ending word, you want to write the root word first and then add your ly to it. So when I'm writing really, I need to know how to spell real, all, A and the L, real, and then I need to add my ly. So l, and then E. That many people are coming? Real ly. Notice we end up with two L's. Now we're not protecting a vowel here, we're just adding the ly suffix. And when you add the ly suffix to a word that's ly, you need to write the root word first and then add the ly. So if the root word or main word ended with L, you keep it and then you add the ly. It doesn't count, you don't drop it, okay? This is usually the case. Remember, there are no always, all the times in English. Of course, there will be rule breakers, but typically you just lump on ly to the root word. So if I'm writing actual, I want to change it to actually. Notice if I say it clearly, it's actually. If I slur it, it's going to sound like actually. That's when it gets hard, right? But help your kids hear that actually is actually actually. So we're going to write actual, which remind them that it's really spelled actual. Okay, so we start with that. The cut-to blend is CT. Act, you, all. Hear the A and the L? Actual. Okay, that's actual. Now I turn that into actually. I add the ly, the L and the Y, that suffix. Okay, notice again, I'm left with two L's when I do that. Actually. Actually, there are two L's in actually because when you add ly to a word that ends with an L, you should pretty much always, I'm not going to say always, end up with the two L's. Okay, let's try another that's often misspelled. Finally. Now, what do kids hear when they're writing finally? Finally. So what do they leave out? A lot of times they leave this part out, final. So first you have to help them learn how to spell final. Final, final. And then you add the li. So when we write final, we want to sound it out. All. A and the L say all at the end of a word. If you haven't watched that video, remember, only one L can go with the A when a bunch of other letters are going. Mama's like, sorry, there's no room in the car for both of your L friends, so just one can go. So find all, that all ending. If it's not a compound word like baseball, then only one L can go at the end. So final, now we add our li, finally. Guess what? 2 L's. And it's not because we're protecting someone. It's only because we're adding that li suffix, okay? Let's do one more. Usually. Now, again, when we say this word quickly, we don't say use you all. Use you all. Okay, that would make it easy if we did. We know we've got 2 vowels here. They're bossing the U. Use you all, double agent, plus li. It's easy to read it, usually, but to spell it, what do we hear? Usually. That doesn't sound like it's spelled. So again, if your kids are having a hard time spelling it, it's because we don't say it correctly, right? We slur it. We go from usually to usually. That's how it normally sounds. So we have to teach our kids to hear the sounds. You, all, A and the L at the end of a word, because look at all those letters going. Mama says only one L can go with you. Use you all, plus your li ending, add your ly. Usually. When we say it fast, what's it going to sound like? Usually. Usually, we say it too fast for kids to hear the sounds in it. So be patient with your kids. There's a lot to remember to write these words. But one thing I want you to make sure they remember is when they're adding li to the end of a word that ended with L, you write that whole root word first, then you add the li. So if it ends with L in the root word, keep that L, add another for the li ending. Hey guys, I hope that helps. If you need more spelling tips, reading tips, maybe your child's just really struggling to learn to read and write and you need help knowing what to do and how to do it in a way that's not babyish, I want to help you with the Black Belt Reading Program. You can find it at kidscanreadandwrite.com or kidscanonlineacademy.com. And if you're working with older kids, make sure you get in touch with me because I have packets made especially for different age levels. And they're not all for sale yet, but I can make it so that you can get them with the original Black Belt Reading Program, which is made for younger kids. So if you need the packets that go along for older kids, let me know and I will get those to you with that. Now you have to buy the program, of course, but if you get in touch with me, I'll help you get the right packets for your situation and your child. So just let me know kind of what your situation is, where your child is, and I'll help you figure it out. So hope this helps, guys. Remember, when you add ly to a word that ends with an L, keep the first L, add the ly ending after you've written that root word. So hope that helps. Hope to see you again soon. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe so we can see each other again. See you then.